Alright, let's move on to our next topic of the conversation, and that is weight cutting. Weight cut in MMA. How much is too much? Well, okay. Well, you guys, like I mentioned previously, today is February 23rd, 2021, and at UFC Las Vegas 19, we have a fighter named Alvi. Sorry, Rafael Alvi missed weight by 11.5 pounds. He was scheduled to fight at featherweight, and you guys, at a featherweight, a non-title fight in featherweight. Well, first of all, featherweight is 145 pounds, but if it's a non-title fight, the fighter are allowed to come in at 146 pounds, which is a 1 pound allowance, and he came in 11.5 pounds overweight. Oh my goodness. That is 0.5 pounds over lightweight. If he was scheduled to come in a lightweight competition, in a lightweight matchup, he would have still missed weight, because he would have missed weight by 0.5 pounds. And that is a whole different division. He did not just miss weight for featherweight, he would have also missed weight for lightweight as well. And so that is why I am bringing this up as a discussion. Okay, first of all, there's Conor McGregor. If you have seen Conor McGregor compete in featherweight, he looks like a skeleton. But when he moved up to lightweight, he looks beefy. He looks like he put on a bit of pounds, which he did, and he looks healthy. Essentially, he looks healthy. While he was competing in featherweight, he did not. But however, you can make the argument that is one of the benefit of cutting weight is that your power will transition as well into within the lighter weight class, unless you are, oh my goodness, I'm drawing a blank right now. TJ Dillashaw. But then again, he was competing against one of the best to compete in mixed martial arts, and I believe that is Henry Cejudo. He's a champ as well. I would love to see Henry Cejudo comes back, but I don't see him competing at 125 or 135. But however, ONE FC and UFC, they have a different standard. They have a different approach when it comes to cutting weight. I believe that they should adapt what ONE FC is doing with the hydration test, and you must be at a certain level at any given time, or else you will be forced to compete in the next weight division. And previously, if you guys are wondering what is the previous limit, what is the previous missed weight that an individual or a fighter has missed, and that was Anthony Johnson. He was scheduled to compete. He was signed to compete at 170 pounds, and within that matchup, he came in 11 pounds overweight. And you guys know what happened there after he took a bit of time off, and he decided to move up from 170 to 185, and 170 to 185, and then there is Anthony Johnson, and then after that, when he comes back, he looks like a machine. He comes in and he just destroyed. He was murking everybody. He was destroying everybody, like one punch knockout. He looks healthy. He looks really, really good, and I believe that is contribute to him doesn't have to cut as much weight. And at one point, he was scheduled to fight John Jones, but we know what happened there. John Jones got caught with some kind of substance. Unfortunately, John, man, keep getting caught. So John got stripped, but however, he was still scheduled to fight for the UFC lightweight championship, which he came up a bit short to Daniel Cormier, which he, it is what it is. I mean, it's Daniel. Daniel is one of the best fighter, one of the best athlete that the UFC have signed. It's unfortunate that Daniel is retired right now, because I love to see him compete. I still believe that he could compete with the best that the UFC have to offer. I don't know if he could be a champ again. Well, especially not in heavyweight. I could see Daniel Cormier being competitive at the UFC light heavyweight division. And talking about UFC division, the other one that I would like to talk about is Ul Romero. As I previously mentioned, if you guys have been following my channel, I did mention that Ul Romero, he has received 3 shots at the UFC middleweight champion, and he won 1 out of the 3. He has the opportunity of competing for the middleweight champion twice for the interim title, which is 4 times. He had to compete for 4 times. Sorry, twice was against Robert Whittaker, which he lost to him both times, and 1 which he won, but it was against Luke Rockhold, and in that fight he did not come in. He came in over. He did not make the championship weight, but he won that fight. And the 4th time was against Israel Adesanya, and well, we know what happened there. So the reason why I bring this up is that I believe Ul Romero missed by 1.5 pounds for that fight versus Luke Rockhold, and I realized that the UFC interim title, and this was the time that when he lost to Robert Whittaker, and Robert Whittaker was going through a bit of a health issue, and Robert Whittaker will be on the sideline or on the shelf for a bit longer, and that is the reason why the UFC implemented the interim title. And as of that moment, before Israel Adesanya was making his rise to the top 3 and top 5 in that division at that moment was Luke Rockhold, Chris Weidman, and Ul Romero. And the UFC decided to give the interim title shot, the opportunity for the interim title shot to Luke Rockhold and Ul Romero, and Ul knocked Luke Rockhold the fuck out. But unfortunately, he was not able to make the claim to the title because of the missed weight. And as right now, we all know what happened. And a few months ago, in late 2020, the UFC has released Ul Romero from the UFC contract. And as early as this month, this year in 2021, it was announced, or even like December of 2020, it was announced that Ul Romero has signed with Bellator Championship, and also right now he is scheduled to fight in a Bellator light heavyweight tournament Grand Prix at 205 pounds, and that is the Bellator light heavyweight. Did I mention that he was fighting in middleweight in UFC or light heavyweight? If I said middleweight, if I said light heavyweight in the UFC, I would like to correct myself right now. I meant the UFC middleweight champ, not the UFC light heavyweight champ. But however, right now he is competing in the Bellator light heavyweight championship, the tournament Grand Prix, and I am picking him as one of their top fighter, one of the guys that to win the Grand Prix. I realized that as right now, within his first round, he is facing against Anthony Rumble Johnson, and Anthony Rumble Johnson is no joke. It's no joke. I'm just hoping that Ul would go in there and be aggressive, be the Cuban Missile Crisis, not a statue which he comes in against Israel Adesanya. I thought that that fight was very disappointing because I was looking forward to a brawl, and a brawl is not what I get or what was delivered to the fans. So I believe that, first of all, I believe that Rafael Alvi, he's got to move up after that massive miss weight at 145. He cannot be competing that weight class anymore, and he was penalized 30% of his purse. And you guys, 30% is a lot. 30% is a lot. I realize that the UFC and fighting as a whole, I believe that this guy should be making more money, and this is the reality of the situation. Is that Rafael Alvi, he is not a household name. I don't see him making 6-figure per fight, and he cannot be giving that kind of money to his opponent. I mean, after that, his management, the fight camp, tax, like, what's left? What's left? And I can look this up, but I'm not going to, because I don't know if he won that fight. And let's just assume that he lost that fight. So it's 30%, and he did not win the fight. So he did not win his fight bonus. The guy would get like nothing, man, like nothing at all. So I would like to see Rafael Alvi move into 155. And also on top of that, I believe that 205 pounds for Ul Romero is where he should be fighting. And I would like to see UFC and Bellator, and including the One Championship, which One Championship is coming to North America. In the first fight is on April 7th. I am looking forward to that, like I previously mentioned. So yeah, and you know what? On top of that, moving up in weight is not a bad thing. Take a look at Dustin Poirier. When he moved up to lightweight from featherweight from 145 to 155, that guy's been on a tear. I believe he has only lost 2 fights, which is his first fight in lightweight division. I believe he lost to Michael Johnson. I believe that was his first fight in lightweight. I believe that's who he lost to. But after that loss, like Dustin Poirier, he went on a massive win streak. And then he went on to be one of the best fighters that the UFC right now, regardless of division, in Max Holloway. I see Max Holloway beating and becoming champ at 145 and 155. He is one of the best strikers that the UFC that is in the UFC in 45, 55, and essentially in the UFC roster right now. I would love to see Max Holloway compete at 145 and 155 because I believe that he could be very competitive in both divisions. And on top of that, I see Max Holloway competing at 155 and become the UFC lightweight champion. In his last few fights, it seems like, to me, through my eyes, it seems like Max, he has been, well, he is getting older. I believe he's 31 right now, turning 31 to 32, around 31, 32. And it seems like making the 45 weight limit is starting to become a bit more difficult for him. So I would love to see Max Holloway make a permanent move to 155 because, like I just said, I could see him being a future champ. And I could see him giving the top 4, top 5, as in Dustin Poirier, Michael Chandler, Justin Gaethje, Charles Oliveira, and also I would like to see a rematch between him and Conor McGregor. As right now, I think he would beat the shit out of Conor McGregor. So, yeah.